What's going down, everybody? Your boy Danny G here in the house. It has been a while, yes it has, but with my Niners dominating the Rams, the same old sorry-ass Rams on Monday Night Football a couple nights ago, 31-10, I just had to chime in. What a game that was. What a win that was. I did not expect us to beat the Rams. I'm just going to say that straight up. With them adding both Von Miller and Odell Beckham, and the Niners playing so bad against the Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins-less Arizona Cardinals. I just did not expect the Niners were gonna have much of a chance. Yes, they have had the Rams number. They beat them 4 straight times before going into Monday night. Of course, they beat them 5 straight times now. They always seem to kind of have their number, and they seem to always just beat them a lot of times, even when they're not that good. 2016, of course, the Niners win 2 games, which, of course, is against the Rams twice. But with all that being considered, still, I just did not expect us to get that win. I had a feeling that we were going to be able to put up a fight, make it into a close game, but I just did not expect to get the win. And ever since that game against the Colts, where we absolutely played horrible in the rain on Sunday Night Football, we absolutely got embarrassed. Ever since then, I just thought, this season's over. The Jimmy Garoppolo era is done. Start Trey Lance the rest of the year. See what he can do. Of course, we don't have a first-round pick anyway, so don't even think about tanking. But just, the season's over. Let's get Lance some reps. Let's get him ready for next season. That was my mindset ever since the Colts game. And then, of course, they traveled to Chicago. And Jimmy G in his homecoming game actually looks really good. And they beat up on the Bears. But then everyone's like, the Bears, they suck. This doesn't mean anything at all. But hey, they need to at least do something against the Cardinals. Colt McCoy has not been a good quarterback since his Texas Longhorns days. And the Niners were playing with the season on the line. So everyone, regardless if you're a realist or, a homer, you expect the Niners to either get the win or at least put up a fight. But they did not. They absolutely embarrassed themselves at home again. And going up into Monday night, they had not won a home game in over a year since they played the Rams back on October 18th last year on Sunday Night Football. So they play the Rams on primetime Monday without having won a home game since the last time they played the Rams on primetime. But the game starts, and boy oh boy do things start to look good. Matthew Stafford, of course, at quarterback for the Rams, a quarterback that a lot of Niner fans were hoping that they would make a move for when he was a free agent last year. They're hoping, and I was one of them, of course, that wanted to bring in that veteran presence that has been able to stay healthy compared to Jimmy and has looked more accurate than Jimmy as of late. And when we did not get him, the main thing that I was mad about was the fact that he was going into the NFC West. Of course, he was going to make the Rams better, which was definitely not looking forward to that at all. But in this game, he did not look as good as he could have been. In the Titans game the week prior, he also did not look that good. He's had a decent year. The Rams have had a damn good year, just like the Arizona Cardinals have. And both of them are on top of this NFC West, unlike us and the Seahawks, which are at the bottom. Anyway, Matthew Stafford, he starts off the game. He wants to throw some passes to his new target, Odell Beckham. He throws a ball deep downfield to Beckham, and it gets picked off by Jimmy Ward, which, by the way, the Niners' defense has looked absolutely outstanding. Jimmy Ward, of course. Aziz Al-Shire was fantastic. K'Wan Williams, who almost had a butt interception, which, of course, he got called for pass interference instead. DJ Jones, Nick Bosa, Toludo Ofunga, I believe you pronounce his name. The Niners defense looked damn good. And that's why, the fact that the defense has not played well a whole lot this year is part of the reason why their record is what it is. That, and of course Jimmy struggling, and of course the offense not being that explosive, and of course the injuries and everything. But in this game, Monday night, the offense looked so explosive, man. They sure did. Jimmy Ward gets the pick, and the Niners are back on offense, and they absolutely run the ball down the Rams' throat. Elijah Mitchell is a fucking... Him and Raheem Mostert next year. I'm looking forward to their backfield next year. It's going to be insane. It's going to be unstoppable. Jeff Wilson Jr. got some touches as well. He was able to get the Niners some yardage. So they put together a good drive with a lot of plays. Kyle Shanahan working his magic. And then Jimmy, at 1st and goal, finds Kittle in the end zone for the touchdown to make it 7-0. It's so great to see that Garoppolo to Kittle connection back. Jimmy looking good. When Jimmy looks good, him throwing to Kittle, him and Kittle is just an absolutely unstoppable dynamic duo. So 7-0 Niners. Rams are back on offense. It's towards the end of the first quarter, and Matthew Stafford throws another pick to Jimmy Ward, and this time Jimmy runs it back for a pick 6 to make it 14-0 Niners. And at that point, Levi's Stadium is rocking, and everyone knows it is not going to be a Rams blowout by any stretch of the means. They could still win the game, but the Niners are going to play their heart out, and it's not going to be a game that the Rams just going to easily win, despite the fact that the Rams have a good record and the Niners don't. So 14-0, and then Matthew Stafford finds Higbee for the touchdown to make it 14-7. But hey, before the first half comes to a close, Jimmy uses Deebo Samuel out of the backfield and hands it off to him in the red zone, and he runs it into the end zone for a rushing touchdown, and that makes it 21-7 Niners, which is the score at halftime. Because, of course, the Rams actually decided to fake a field goal before halftime. But DJ Jones, the Niners, shut that down quickly. And so the Niners come up in the first half just absolutely dominating the Rams. And then Jimmy finds Deebo for another touchdown. This time it's a receiving touchdown for Deebo. But Deebo is an absolute beast. He had 97 yards receiving and 36 yards rushing. Brandon Ayuk looked good. Of course, Kittle looked good. The Niners looked like a Super Bowl caliber team. Where was that team all year? I know that they've had a few injuries, but despite the fact it's been not nearly as bad as last season, so I just do not know why the Niners have played so bad in so many games this year. Deep on both sides of the ball, but on this in this game, both sides of the ball were dominant. The defense absolutely destroyed Matthew Stafford. The Niners offense just absolutely did not let Ron Miller or Aaron Donald pretty much do anything against us. The Rams were like a super team, and the Niners just destroyed them on Monday Night Football, despite being 3-5. But hey, this season, I thought it was over after the Colts game. It is far from over. Now, of course, they have to take care of business against Jacksonville next week, or else the season will be over. If they lose to Jacksonville somehow, the season's over. All right? I don't care if it's mathematically not over. If they lose to Jacksonville, it's over. And, of course, they have struggled on 10 a.m. road games before. So this is a game. It's an early game on Sunday. They need to go to Jacksonville, and they need to take care of business, and they need to get the win. Because the Niners are not that far out in the wild card standings. Believe they're behind the Vikings, and believe. Of course, both the Cardinals and the Rams are dominating the NFC West right now. The Cardinals did, of course, lose to the Panthers, so who knows, things can change. Of course, the Rams have lost 2 straight now, but all things be considered, the Niners, they got a good win, but they need to let that momentum carry on to Jacksonville. But hey, what do you guys think? Do you think the season's a wrap? Because, hey, if I had to be realistic, I do not see us making the playoffs, and I would like to see some more reps from Trey Lance so we can prepare him for next season, because he probably will be the starter next season. However, as of right now, Jimmy Garoppolo, his last few games, he's played really good. His last 3 games, he's played really good. And ever since Kyle Shanahan has used him out of the shotgun instead of under center, that's improved his game a lot more than anyone would have expected. You see him connecting on those short passes, on those deep passes even a lot now too. So I guess just having him out of the shotgun might make that a big difference. And so it's possible, anything can happen. Jimmy Garoppolo can lead this Niners team to the playoffs. If you had to be realistic, it's not expected, but it is not ruled out at all. But you got to keep taking care of business. They got a really easy schedule coming up. They got the Jaguars, and they got the Vikings, and they got the struggling Seahawks after that, and they got the Bengals, and the schedule is a decent schedule that they can take advantage of, but they have to just keep that momentum going. But anyway, good to be back here on YouTube. Thought I'd check in with everyone. Let's go Niners. So excited to see them get that dominant win on Monday night. Danny G is out. Niner Empire, one team, one family, one goal. I'm out. Peace!